Well, I think if you look at what U.S. air power does along with our Korean counterparts is we're the asymmetric advantage in this theater. The potential that the DPRK has to do things that can disrupt the alliance or harm South Korea or do something negative to the Northeast Asia region. The best counter to that is air power, and what we bring with our ability to work with them, our interoperability with the Koreans, make us the asymmetric advantage that General Scaparrotti has if he needs something to do something, either in a show of force or if we actually, hopefully not, but if we ever actually had to go to some kind of conflict. It's the ability for us to operate with and fly with the Koreans and the kind of force we can bring to bear in an incredibly rapid amount of time to get forces on Peninsula to do whatever we need to do. Well, I've said this a long time. I mean, our greatest advantage, our greatest asset, our greatest capability in the United States Air Force is our incredible airmen and their families, and how we take care of them and what they do for us. Our nation owes them a debt of gratitude, the families and the members in the Air Force, and they're just phenomenal. So what I'd say about them is thank you for what you're doing. You're great Americans. You're doing great things for your country. You're standing up. You're making a difference in the world. And you're the reason we're the greatest Air Force in the world is because of the incredible airmen we have.
I agree. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's been a great trip. Certainly at Team Osan, they've been treated incredibly well. It's been a great time here, and then up at Yongsan with General Scaparrotti and the DMZ. I think at the end of the day, the thing that certainly has hit me the most here in Osan is the incredible attitude of the folks around here. It's a positive attitude. It's energy. It's we can do this. We can get things done. I think everybody fully understands the requirement to be able to fight tonight if that should happen. At the same time, they're understanding how to continue to get better and to build. And I think probably from one of the greatest things I've noticed, and it's continually got better from the last time I was here, and that's the attitude. The one thing that all of us control 100% of is it's our attitude, and the attitude here in Team Osan has been absolutely outstanding. Well, it's the U.S. administration, the U.S. Pivot to the Pacific. Obviously, I always say this, the Air Force never left the Pacific. We've been here the whole time. We'll continue to be here. I think we bring an incredible capability to do all those things we need to do in the Pacific. That is, to be ready to respond to humanitarian assistance, disaster response, to be able to do show of force and do deterrence. Certainly the folks here on the peninsula as well as the other ones stationed in the Asia Pacific, our ability to respond to contingencies if that's required, and our ability, as we talked about earlier, our ability to fight tonight if we're required to do that. So air power is, we move in hours what other services move in days, and that gives us the ability to be someplace very rapidly with a huge amount of capability in whatever scenario or whatever regime we're in, from humanitarian assistance, disaster response, all the way up to contingency operations. Well, I think it goes back to what I said already. I mean, our airmen are incredible. One thing, I love spending time with them because every time I'm around them, they build me up, they build us all up because they're amazing men and women out there doing the job for us day in and day out. My commitment to all of them is my job is them, and that is to take care of them, to make sure them and their families are cared for, that they get the promotions, awards, decorations, and next assignments that they want because they make the mission happen day in and day out. They're the ones out there making us successful, making us the best Air Force in the world. So the part of that belongs to me is I need to take care of them. So I want all the airmen in the Pacific to know that I'm here for them. I got their back, and whatever they need, I'll do it for them. Well, the last thing I'd like to say is, and I can never say this enough, and you don't hear this enough, but thank you. Thank you for what you do. You're great Americans. You step up. You do everything we ask you to do. You make sacrifices. Your family makes sacrifices. And we can't thank you enough for what you do and how you represent our country, how you do what we ask you to do, and you're incredible airmen, and you do something that matters. You make a difference in this world. You make a difference for our Air Force, and we can't thank you enough for everything you do. Thank you. Oh, they're great. You know, I think it's our ability to get the message out. I think it's how they take care of our airmen, what they provide to our airmen. I mean, we put people all over the world, and we ask them to do challenging things. We ask them to live in different cultures and different environments. And AFN is, you know, it does a lot of things. It obviously allows leadership and folks to get messages out. It provides, you know, community service messages, and it also brings a little bit of home to those folks that are a long ways away from their family. So I'm a huge AFN fan. I've been in the Air Force almost 40 years, and there's not many places I haven't been stationed. And I tell you what, every time I turn on the TV and the ability, or the radio, the ability to listen to and watch AFN, it does make you feel a little bit at home. So it brings a wonderful thing to us.